You're watching the Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
When it's time to take off, I'll be jumping out the gym. Back with game reviews, come get the scoop from Josh and Glenn.
Yeah, it's a great test. I mean, every year Homestead is for us.
It's always fun to get out there with the guys and just compete.
They got a little bit of size on us, so just being tough is the biggest thing this week.
They usually bring a lot of people to watch the game, so it'll just be a fun, exciting game to play in.
They are always a force to be reckoned with.
We know it'll be a big crowd and be a great tournament atmosphere for us.
Television on, watching Highlight Zone. Wayne 15, Friday nights, who bringing the dub home? Local area sports with a hip-hop remix. Mike Strong here for the basketball season. Television on, watching Highlight Zone.
Oh, it is never a hassle when you're visiting the Castle. Yeah, this is the final Friday of the regular season here in Indiana. Teams looking to tune things up before sectionals tip off this coming Tuesday night, and that is the case in Ossian, and it's where we get the ball rolling with Josh Ann and your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Josh.
Well, Glenn, back in the days of the old Northeast Hoosier Conference, Homestead and Norwell had quite the rivalry. While the Spartans are now in the SAC, Knights in the NE8, these two continue to square off with recent history belonging to Homestead. Homestead at Norwell, it is your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. The Spartans coming in having won 13 straight against Norwell, but the Knights with perhaps their best team in years coming off back-to-back NE8 titles, and it's the Knights taking control early thanks to a barrage of three-point balls. Luke McBride, he hits that last triple, followed up later on by Cohen Bailey, and Norwell hitting all the right notes as they take an early 19-6 lead. Some would say a picture-perfect start. Second quarter, Will Jamison of Homestead. He gets the basket, count the foul, but Norwell still humming along with a 29-14 lead at the half. Let's go to the third quarter. McBride with a record-breaking jumper with that bucket. He surpasses Darren Archbold for the school's all-time scoring record, but the celebration a bit short-lived as Kyron Kopwicki hits that triple while being fouled, and Homestead back within single digits. Final minutes, Will Jamison, another and one opportunity to cut into that deficit. He leads the way with 23. Then in the final seconds, Jamison dishing to Alex Graber. We are all knotted up at 46, but it's Luke McBride who gets fouled on the other end, and he wins the game at the free throw line. McBride leading the Knights with 24, and Norwell wins the thriller, the final 48-46.
It's huge. I mean, like everybody was saying before the game, we haven't been Homestead in, I think, 13 years. You know they got a great program, but we just really battled tonight. We were able to get it done.
It's just a good time to enjoy the moment with the team. We played hard, and it's just fun to be around this team. I love them.
We hadn't beaten them in 13 years, so it's a big win for our school. It's a big win for our program, and I'm really proud of our guys and their fight tonight. It was a great effort, and we were led by Luke McBride. He had a fantastic night, and what a performance. 24 points tonight against a great defensive team.
Next up, Norwell faces Northwestern in 3A sectional play at Peru on Wednesday night. Homestead opens up 4A sectional play at Columbia City on Tuesday against Huntington North. Glenn, take it away.
All right, if the Tigers did in Warsaw, Carroll coming in 12-9 overall. Warsaw 13-9, so some evenly matched ball clubs record-wise. Carroll's Jair Sampson throwing it up to Andrew Sinish for the two. Sampson actually would lead the Chargers with 13. More from Carroll. Jackson Pardon me, he had 10 points. And Carroll up by 3 in the early going, but Warsaw still top on their home court. You're going to see Luke Bricker, and Bricker, not too many bricks tonight. He drills the long three. He had 18 points that would lead all scorers. Then it's Jackson Gold. A gold medal performance. He had 15 points in this one for Warsaw as the Tigers top the Chargers 60-49 at the Den. All right, moving on to Concordia. The Cadets coming off back-to-back wins over Norwell and Homestead, so playing some good ball. Phil Brockman's team trying to take down a 13-win Columbia City squad. Early on, it's all Joe Tapp all the time. You saw him nail 1 3, then he hits another. It's Joe Tapp's world. We're just living in it. Concordia jumps out to a 10-2 lead. All 10 of those points from Joe Tapp. But Columbia City battling back. Stratton Fuller, that is a tough 2 in the lane. Then you'll see Andrew Hedrick. Oh, the Columbia City stud drills a 3, and the Eagles cut the deficit to just 2 heading into the second quarter. In that second frame, the Flying Dutchman, Alan Termolen, down low for two, and Concordia goes on to win in overtime, 59-55 over Columbia City. At Kilmer Court, James Blackman Sr. back in town, the former Lures coach, now in his 10th year at Marion. Man, the time flies. Marion taking on Snyder, and Snyder dropping it from long range early. Jason Hart with the three, but Marion up by two in the first. Then it's Jordan Lee for three from the corner. Marion, though, still hanging on to a lead. They were up by three. Marion, oh man, there's always talent in this program. Amar Rogers knocks down the triple. Then watch Jamarian Faust. Watch him just elevate at the end, at the rim to punch it home. And Marion leads Kilmer Court with a win. Giants 85, Panthers 75. West Noble clinched the NECC title earlier this week. The Chargers ranked 6th this week in the 3A state poll. West Noble at Garrett. And we pick it up with Garrett looking good early. That's Tyler Gator splashing the three for the Railroaders. But Austin Kripe is West Noble's all-time leading scorer for a reason. The senior drills the three, and West Noble is in business. You're going to see Luke Skimahorn on the skip pass right there from Kripe. He drills the three in the corner, and West Noble up by 5 in the early going. More from West Noble. They can do more than just shoot it. They can get it in the post. Braden Barth's been doing it all season. He does it again tonight as West Noble leaves Paul Bateman Gymnasium with a win, 68-55. Defending 2A state runner-up Central Noble coming in 16-6 overall. The Cougars hosting Fairfield and Albion. Central Noble's Sam Asijan picking up where his older brother left off. That is a nice bucket on the reverse right there. 2 points to Central Noble. Fairfield's Carson Smith gets the two in the lane for the Falcons. But man, John Bodie's team tough to beat when they're at home in Albion. This is Asijan again, working it down low off the glass, and then you're going to see Jackson Andrews bump one in from the corner, and Central Noble, no problem. They win this one 62-34. Well, we are going to take a quick timeout, but when we come back, Adams Central up to 12th this week in the 2A state poll. The ACAC champs looking for their 18th win of the season. We're going to head down to the hangar in Monroe with the Jets hosting Lakewood Park Christian. Plus, he may be the front runner for Indiana's Mr. Basketball next season. Ooh, he's good. Kokomo big man Flory Badunga was at Huntington North, and you won't want to miss the player being hailed as a future NBA lottery pick. He looks the part, plus trips to Heritage, Southwood, Wabash, and more. Next on the Highlight Zone.
We're the Central Noble Cougars.
Stay tuned for the Highlight Zone, only on Wayne 15.
Yeah!
For the Huntington North Vikings, stay tuned to the Highlight Zone.
Well, he is ranked as the 4th best junior in the entire country. He's projected as a top 10 pick in the 2025 NBA draft, and he's originally from the Congo in Africa. You add that all up, and you've got a virtually unstoppable force that, Huntington North was trying to stop tonight at Bob Strait Court. We pick things up with Flory Badunga and the Kokomo Wildcats taking on Huntington North. That right there is Johnny Peckinpah, the former IPFW standout, the head coach at Kokomo. And Flory Badunga makes everybody look pretty darn good. He gets the jam right there in the first. That was actually the first basket of the game. Hey, Matt Painter, he likes Flory Badunga. He'd love to see him at Purdue, but a lot of guys are after him. Carson Rogers drills the three, and Kokomo jumps out to a 10-zip lead. Second quarter now, Asher Chipchowski with the bucket. Kokomo's lead now just at 5. You're going to see Chipchowski do it again, and the lead just at 4. But in the third quarter, Flory Badunga taking over. Man amongst boys. Are you kidding me? He had 18 points and 15 rebounds. And Kokomo, no problem with Huntington North, 72-36. Afterward, we talk to the big man.
We try to lay down in the halftime, but when we go to the locker room, we focus, we keep it up, and then we just do what we did, and then what's happened. That's why we are leading, and we won the game. Yes, yeah. That's fine. That means I just have to keep pushing hard, working, and then everything will be better.
Flory Badunga, remember the name. Hey, we go on the road now. Northridge hosting DeKalb as the Barons making the trip over to Middlebury. We picked this one up in the first. That's Noah Zamuda, with the bucket right there for the Raiders. But DeKalb coming back the other way. It's Caden Pettis with a tough turnaround jumper right there. And then you're going to see the Barons on the break. Pettis with a 2 here, but it's simply not enough. Northridge wins a low score, 45-35 over DeKalb. The Hanger in Monroe, Adams Central ranked 12th in this week's 2A state poll. The Jets hosting a Lakewood Park Christian squad, looking for win number 10 on the season. First quarter, this would help. Mason Posey drills the 3 for the Panthers, and they have an early lead. But man, Adams Central, they've got bigs, they've got guys that can shoot, they've got guys that can score. One of them is Micah McClure. That was 3 of his 23 right there. Lakewood Park, though, still up 1 early. You'll see Braylon Reber with a 2 for Adams Central, and the Jets starting to get their wind. How about Ryan Tester? You're going to see him pop home a triple, and Adams Central a winner big time at the Hanger tonight, 72-46 over Lakewood Park. At Sherry Gilbert Court, Heritage looking to sock it to the Argyles of Madison Grant. That is a sock pun. We pick it up late third quarter. Howard Kaiser with the putback to beat the third quarter buzzer, and the Patriots up 10, 32-22 after 3. Fourth quarter, Luke Saylor, so smooth. 2 of his 29 points, but Madison Grant, no give up in the Argyles. Peyton Sutherland with a layup there, and then you're going to see Gavin Kellich knock this one down. That would cut the deficit to 1, so the Patriots just up by 1 late in the fourth. Saylor to the rescue. Watch him get to the cup for a pair, and Heritage wins a good one against Madison Grant. 49-44, Patriots victorious. At Southwood, the Knights hosting Bluffton, and Southwood looking for their 10th win of the year in year 1 under Coach Christian Perry. Southwood looking good here. Nathan Lehner with a bucket right there, and Southwood jumps out to a 7-0 lead. Tucker Jenkins with the bucket right there for Bluffton. It's a 7-point lead for Southwood. Southwood just started pouring it on. How about Dylan Stout? How to get that one to go from behind the backboard, and it's a 9-point lead for Southwood. You're going to see Cole Weiner with a 3-pointer here for Southwood. Is no problem for the Knights tonight on their home court. 83-54, Southwood a winner. At Kuhlman Gymnasium in Wabash, the host Apaches coming in 15-6. Peru, hey, they came in 14-6, and this one would go down to the wire. Pick it up, though, in the second quarter. Hayden Vogel with the fortuitous bounce, I guess. 34-19, Wabash in the lead. Isaac Wright popping from about 16 feet right there, and the Apaches up by 15 at the break. Third quarter, Trevor Daughtry showing off the handles, pulling up from 15, and he hits it. Later, you're going to see Colton Wilson with a high degree of difficulty on this shot. It goes. This one goes to overtime, but it's Wabash over Peru, 82-74. Last stop in Indiana, Westview at Concord. Second quarter, the Warriors down, but Owen Brill would drill the 3, and they rally back from a rough start to lead 18-14 at the half. Third quarter, Parker McCune to Jalen Bolin up high for the layup. But the other way, you'll see Jeffro Hostetler pass up the 3 and then get the 2 to fall as Westview wins at Concord 40-36. Over in Ohio, they're already in the postseason. Division IV sectional finals between Crestview and Miller City. First quarter action, it's Crestview going to work. This is Ren Sheets with a bucket down low, and that is the first basket of the game. The Knights in the lead. Miller City trying to chip away in the early going. Andon Rue with the bucket, as you saw him get that one to go. Then you're going to see Mr. Rue doing some more work in the post. He gets this one to go after the initial miss. But in the second quarter, Carson Hunter of Crestview would swipe this one and go in for the 2 as Crestview runs away with this one, 70-40. Meanwhile, Antwerp and Wayne Trace also winners tonight. The gem of the night, more coming up next in the Highlight Zone.
We're the Garrett Railroaders, and there's more Highlight Zone after this break.
We're the Concordia Cadets. Welcome back to the Highlight Zone.
Only on Wayne TV.
Hey, last Friday night, it was Blackhawk Christian earning the Highlight Zone's top honor. Jimmy Davidson to Kellen Pickett up high for the jam. Yeah, pretty impressive slam from Blackhawk super sophomore. As for this week, here is your latest Gem of the Night brought to you by Peter Franklin Jewelers. And we go back out to Bob Strait Court, and we're talking Flory Badunga. Yeah, he's from Kokomo. Yeah, that's not really in our area, but my goodness, this guy is a future NBA prospect. Again, they got him going 5th in the 2025 NBA draft. He's the 4th best junior in the country. The ratings say, and I guess the Vikings of Huntington North would concur, Badunga, 18 points, 15 boards, 9 of 11 shooting, and 7 blocks. That is your Gem of the Night. Moving on to some Mad Ants action. The Ants on the road taking on the Westchester Knicks, and we pick it up in the first quarter. Tevin Brown with the and one right there. He had 21 points and 11 rebounds. The Ants in control. Good defense coming up here. Yeah, they didn't even bother. It's a layup by Pedro Bradshaw, and the Ants win 122-119. Ants play again Sunday at Grand Rapids. Let's go to the volleyball court. Coach Rock and the Dons hosting Lewis. We're talking the Lewis Flyers. Dons 11-4 coming in on the season. That one blocked out of bounds, so Johnny Diedrich gets a point right there as the Dons looking good. Later, it's Diedrich, the senior from Orlando, with another kill. He had a team-high 16 kills on the match, and the Dons are rolling. You're going to see Bryce Walker with a hammer of his own. Walker had 10 kills. Dons win game 1, 25-23. They go on to win the match 3-1 over Lewis. Final stop of the night, we're talking hockey. Comets with game 2 of their 4-game road swing on the East Coast. Hayes facing the Savannah Ghost Pirates. Second period action, 1-zip Savannah. Drake Rimshot with his 16th. That would tie it at 1. We're still in the second period, though, when Savannah's Spencer Naas would beat Ryan Fanti, and that makes it 2-1 Savannah. Savannah would take a 3-1 lead. Comets would get one late, but it's not enough as the Comets fall at Savannah 3-2. Case play at Savannah again tomorrow night, then Sunday at Atlanta to wrap up that road trip. Well, that is going to do it for this week's edition of the Highlight Zone. Stay tuned till next Friday. We're going to have boys sectional action right here on the final Friday of the season. But for Josh, I'm Glenn. We'll see you next week.